Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineapple Sway here. Today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic today, and that is kind of what happened to the Wonder Woman game. I've been thinking about this for quite some time, because if everyone knows by now, the Wonder Woman game was unfortunately canceled, and this was a game that I think a lot of people were really looking forward to, and was sort of looking for that next game to sort of take away the bad taste that was left in our mouth from Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights. To sort of a clean slate, something new for fans, to see and enjoy of what that was going to be. But then it's just, as time went on and on, things got more and more confusing for the Wonder Woman game, and then it eventually just got canceled. And I've been trying to research and trying to figure out like what led to this game getting canceled, what led to it getting scrapped entirely, from its big reveal, I want to say back in 2021, to now just being gone, and even the studio getting shut down in Monolith. It's just, there's so many questions, so many, like I said, just so many questions, a lot of confusion, but really no answer. So it's just like, from my perspective, the only thing that like I kind of remember is that the report came out that the Wonder Woman game apparently already lost $100 million as they were sort of rebooting it in a way. And then a few weeks later, it was canceled. So it's like, my thought was the game going to be a live service like style game? And then once WB saw that all of their live service games were just complete flops, where they're like, hey, let's just pull the plug on this one early. But then it's just like, Monolith is a great studio. Why did they shut down Monolith? And there's just so many questions of just a lot of confusion, because this was a game that a lot of people were looking forward to. Even though we had no news and really nothing, you would ask the average person, they'd be like, yeah, I look forward to the Wonder Woman game. And a lot of people had this general sense that it was going to be a great game, even an all-time game. Even I believed that it was going to be an all-time game, and that I was totally okay with just waiting for it to eventually release, which a lot of people didn't really know when it was going to release. I know a lot of reports said like 2028, 2029, which, it's okay. Like, that was perfectly fine. But now it's like nothing, not even, we don't even really have any idea of how the game was going to play. All we know is that it was going to have the Nemesis system in some capacity. And that was really about it. Like, it got a trivial trailer, and then it was just nothing. I know there was some leaked concept art. I think that showed off Cheetah and just some other stuff, like what the home planet was going to look like. But it's just weird. Like, this is kind of one of the big mysteries, I would say, of the superhero genre, because it's just now like the game will just sort of be forgotten about. And, time will go on. And, I brought up the point of, like how a big part of what led to Wonder Woman's death and killed the Justice League is because WB was betting on the Wonder Woman game to be a big success. And, now it's like, with that canceled, and with, her still dead, with the Justice League, they died and killed the Justice League, and Wonder Woman didn't come back. Even though I've made videos of her character still being alive in the Arkhamverse, although it's just theories, it just, seems to point that from what we originally knew, her character would have been alive. It's like, does she get introduced in the next Arkham game that's getting made by Rocksteady, alive, through like various Easter eggs or whatnot? Or is it like, is her character just sort of gonna just stay dead? Like, she's getting her solo game, it gets canceled, and then she's dead, and the only alive gaming universe right now for DC, since DC doesn't really have much on their game slate. But I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Because from what I was reading, everything seemed to be going very well at the studio and the game's development. It was just taking a while. And then it's just like, in a span of like 2 months, everything just went wrong. And then just like that, in a flash, it was canceled. I honestly have no idea, like, because people ask me like all the time, like, why do you think the Wonder Woman game got canceled? I have no idea. So it's just like, it's just one of those weird things that will just kind of be here. And I don't know if it proves to be like WB's just incompetence when it comes to just like games and decision making. I really don't know. And then they just, they don't really have much going for them other than the Batman Arkham game that's coming out. and there really isn't other games in development. It seems like big games, and now it's like Wonder Woman was gonna get her game, that gets canceled. Superman probably will never get a game, and it's like all of these characters that deserve a game, or deserve like the spotlight, will just never get it, as it just gets overshadowed by Batman constantly, and it just doesn't really make any sense. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Sort of, why did the Wonder Woman game just kind of get forgotten about and canceled? Makes no sense. I have honestly thought it was going to be a really good game, and I was looking forward to it eventually releasing. I knew it wasn't going to come out anytime soon, but it is what it is. Anyways, this is Pineapple Sway. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please consider liking and subscribing. Peace out, everybody.